Hey folks, back again with ancient cosmography. I think I made another discovery in the Lascaux depiction of in the Lascaux depiction of Southeast Asia and Australia, Papua. Well, here's something just to, in my last video, I was saying how I am organizing Santa Cruz for RFK. So actually somebody else made these posters. So I'm basically founding it with him. He already had the posters, so I'm just trying to organize more people to have an actual group. So we got 15 people or something right now, but it's just been a few days. So that'll be interesting. I might put these up. I'm not sure where to put these, but I don't want them. They're really nice posters, so I don't want them to just get taken down if I put them anywhere, but I gotta find a good place in town. So here's the overall here's the overall scene at Lascaux. The shaft scene, it's called the famous scene. It's probably the most famous cave painting. And so, it's like this guy is this guy, this guy is this guy, and this guy is this guy. And it's supposed to be like a bison. They call this a bison, they call this a man, or sometimes a bird man. And they actually call this what's it called? A rhinoceros. But there's no basis for that. I think they try to claim that this guy's faced this way and that this is his tail and that these are his turds and that this is, anyway, it's ridiculous because it just doesn't, this is actually his head. This is his front feet. So they had to I guess they have to claim that this is his back feet and that this is a really big projecting pointy knee. But there's no species that has a knee that sticks out that far or this far. So anyway, it's fucking stupid mainstream archaeology liars. So I basically figured all that stuff out. But I wasn't entirely sure about this guy. I was assuming this guy was, because he's right behind Papua and he's closest to Papua, I was assuming he's this island right behind Papua here, Manus Island, and that this pole thing would be this long string of islands basically, which is New Ireland. But now I'm thinking, so let's see, I guess that's what this is. Yeah, so this is Manus. So I was thinking maybe the bird's beak, the way he's shown to have two delineated upper and lower beaks, that was referring to this part right here. You know, that these little islands and seamounts would represent the beak. This would be the tail. And then this, you know, New Ireland would be the pole. So, you know, that could kind of work. It wouldn't fit super well for this, the back part. And it wouldn't really fit that well for the fact that the beak points down, since this beak would just point forward. But, you know, I was definitely willing to entertain it in lieu of anything else. But let's see. Here. But then I realized that he's facing towards this guy. So I decided to look at it in a new light. Like, just as these two are interacting, you know, Australia and Papua, it seemed that these two are interacting. So this guy, you know, he seems to be, you know, Taiwan, Philippines, and Sulawesi. And yeah, so for this one, I even wrote Manus and New Ireland because I was assuming that this represents Manus and New Ireland. But no, I think I was in error. And yeah. See, I think it's actually this. I think this is actually the pole. And so here's the same scene, but with the parts zoomed in that they zoomed in on. So they zoomed in on the head right here. You know, like like, let's see. So yeah, right here, it's the head. You can see it barely right there. So that's right here. I zoomed it in, and it has like, you know, the horns being like this part, and then this little nearby island. And then I zoomed in on like the other legs besides the main leg that's Cape York. There's one that seems to be an island in here, so that's this one here. There's one that seems to be a peninsula right here. So that's this one, and there's one that seems to be a peninsula back here and an island. That's these. And then, you know, it has the spear going through, which seems to be these islands and peninsulas that are right there. And then this seems to be the hilt of it, or the base of it. And then these seamounts seem to be the tail. And then this guy's arms seem to be these islands around there. You know, Japan Island. Or no, I think this is Japan. That's, forget. Anyway, so this is the zoomed in, you know, version. And so let's see, what do we got? So what I'm thinking is that this part here, this little line right here under Papua's feet, I'm guessing is the Lesser Sunda Islands of Indonesia. So, and I'm not sure if this one is included as part of it, because I see it has some little parts that come off from the sides, so that might include this and that. Hard to know exactly, but it is pretty close to Australia here. Like Australia's just up a bit. So I'm definitely leaning towards that for that line. And let's see. This is another version that I had thought might be. This is also Manus Island, but this is without the extra sea mounts and little islands as the beak. This is just treating this part as the beak, which, you know, makes a little bit of sense, but it doesn't exactly fit because the head's supposed to pop up. Whereas, you know, I mean, you could say this pops up a little bit, but more like this, the back pops up. So that seemed to be a discrepancy for that possibility. So basically what I determined was that it's probably this, that it's, you know, this is Palawan in the Philippines. And so it's like situated differently, like it's reorientated. Because it's shown like this. It's shown like with this monster guy, you know, this guy is facing towards the bird. So that guy's head is Zamboanga Peninsula in Mindanao. His body is the Visayas and these other islands. His, you know, pelvis or something is Luzon. His back feet are Taiwan, and his front feet are Sulawesi. And then he has all these little islands like in front of his face there that are shown. I don't know why this thing keeps happening. These little islands that it shows right there are these islands here. But this bird that he's facing is actually right here. So, you know, it seems strange, but I think the reason it makes sense is because